and Cream.
Hey, Mike. Wanted to ask about the defense tonight. I mean, they were hitting early, but that's still what did you think about your defensive efforts? Was that a hot team or were you guys giving up too much?
Both. I mean, that's a team that was struggling, got home from a road trip, got 5 days, 6 days off, and they looked fresh tonight. They looked energetic. They looked like Seattle that won a championship. We helped them with that, but they were crisp from the start. They were aggressive. They double teamed aggressively. They got in passing lanes. Our turnovers in the first half, just helped them out all over the court. I mean, they had 19 points at halftime off our turnovers. So it was both our offense and our defense. I mean, we threw the ball to them. It's nice to get a good shooting percentage for them when you get to intercept our pass and dribble up the court and lay it in or get wide open threes. We weren't good at all tonight in any phase of the game. I mean, there's nothing positive to say about this game other than let's go home and regroup and try to figure some stuff out.
That was the next thing I was going to ask about with those turnovers. Do you feel they were just sloppy or were they,
turnovers are sloppy. I mean, they shouldn't happen. We cut down on them in the second half a little bit, but you can't come out and start the game against a good team and they get that many extra possessions just because we throw it to them. I mean, that's just bad basketball.
And the last thing, they were pretty aggressively trapping Tina. What did you guys need to do when the trap came that you guys weren't doing?
Well, I mean, there was a bunch of things. I mean, it wasn't like we didn't practice for it, but, it was an aggressive double team, way more aggressive than we can get our team to do. But they put size on Tina, tried to take away her passing vision. Our spacing was poor. We tried to make some adjustments and change the balance of the floor. But she probably didn't help by dribbling out of the trap towards the sideline. But they were aggressive, and you have to, if you're going to be a great team, you have to be able to make those plays, both on her part and our spacing and our cutting has to be better.
That's all I got. Appreciate you.
Jen?
Hey, Coach. I was going to ask about the double teams as well. Were those different from what you've seen other teams throw, like more aggressive, or did you guys just not handle it particularly well tonight?
Well, I would say it's a little bit of all of that. I think it was particularly very aggressive. Here's the deal. I mean, we don't have Elena and we don't have Maisha. Basically, what they said, their message to our team was, we're going to take Tina out of the game and we'll see if the rest of you are good enough to beat us. We'll see if Tina's good enough to get the ball out of the double team. We'll see if the rest of you can make shots. Otherwise, we're going to keep doing it. And that was the message that was sent to our team, and we didn't answer very well. They were highly aggressive. And some of it, they pushed the envelope on defensive 3 seconds because, there were probably several possessions in the first half where they were already cheating toward her and standing in the lane. But if they're not called for it, not much you can do about it. I mean, you got to handle it.
And, looking at the scoring sheet, the stat sheet, what would you have said before the game if I said your 3 double-figure scorers were going to be Ariel, okay, but then Shavante and Meg?
I would say we're probably getting beat.
Did you like what you saw from Shavante and Meg at all?
Yeah, I mean, they kept playing hard. Some of it was against their backups, but some of it was not. That's a nice question, and I can say, yeah, I'm happy with it, but I'm not happy. We lost. And this is not when you get beat by 30-something points, it's embarrassing. There's nothing really great about it, no matter what. I mean, I'm glad those two kept playing hard, and I thought Shavante kind of kept us in the game for a little bit, but there's no moral victories right now.
Understood. And last thing real quick, Teresa's back. How did that go tonight?
I don't know. I just, I wasn't taking, there was no point putting her back in the game. and risking anything at that point. She was getting stiff sitting there, and there was no point. Kept her and Tina and Tosh out of the game down the stretch.
Gotcha. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Last question to Rafiq.
Hey, Coach, one of your players, Zealous, managed to drop 17 points off the bench. Although it wasn't really enough to keep the team competitive, how impressed with you in terms of her production?
I mean, that's the question I just answered. I'm glad she kept playing hard. She did a good job. Gives me some hope if she can continue that, we'll have another bench player that can help us.
And are there any plans to use her in the next game against Atlanta Dream?
Well, I would plan on playing her every night.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
We'll start with Kareem.
Hey, Megan. I know it was a tough one out there. I want to ask a little bit about the defense. They came out obviously on fire, but kind of continued throughout. Was that just a team that's super hot, or was it a lack of something that you guys were doing on that end of the floor?
I think it was a little bit of both. They obviously did come out, red hot, and we got to be able to respond though quickly. We can't let that snowball into a big lead that they did get, especially in that first quarter. I think we were able to regroup a little bit, especially, kind of getting through that first part, but we can't let ourselves get in a hole that quickly. So we need to respond better in defense.
And just one more for me. Early, turnovers put you guys in a big hole. What was happening there? Did you feel like, were they doing something to kind of force you guys into it, or did you feel like you guys were just a little sloppy tonight?
I think, yeah, definitely the turnovers were a huge factor. That whole first half, I think, they've got 19 points off of our turnovers just in that first half, that's hard to really come back from that. So we just got to take better care of the ball. A lot of times the turnovers were off of passes. So we were just being sloppy with our passes, being slow with them, maybe not ball faking first. We need to do that. And they were aggressive. They were definitely doubling a lot harder than what we've seen in the past. And so we just needed to kind of respond a little bit better.
Cool. That's all for me. Thanks. And good game for you, by the way.
Jen.
Hey, Meg. Just curious, how far in advance did you find out you were getting the start, and how did it feel to be in the starting lineup tonight?
Yeah, I found out yesterday, right before practice. Coach just told me that I'm going to be starting. It's obviously a really exciting thing. I've been working really, really hard behind the scenes. A lot of people don't see that, but I've been just trying to stay ready, try to bring energy. And I really just wanted to go into it just like any other game. Coach brought me in to bring energy whenever I go into the game. And so this time it was just, he wanted that energy right away. So I'm just going to keep bringing that no matter what, and just try to help out whatever my team needs.
And do you guys, do you watch the film of this one, or is this one that you guys kind of just flush and move on to Atlanta?
We watch film, after every game. And so we're going to break down little things here and there. But we do need to have a short-term memory about how this felt, especially that first half. It didn't feel very good. We just got to keep going and know that we still have a really good opportunity to be able to battle ourselves back into playoffs.
Thank you. Safe travels tomorrow.
Yeah.
Christy.
Hey, Megan. Coach Tebow said that there are no moral victories, and I definitely understand that. But he said that going back home, there has to be a regrouping. And I know you said to take care of the basketball, but what were his comments to the team in the locker room after the game with regards to that?
It was definitely more of, we need to look forward. We need to look to the next game. Friday's going to be a huge game for us. It's an opportunity. Each game after this. Tonight would have been a great opportunity for us, but we just got to keep looking forward. We got to have a short-term memory. We're going to have a home court advantage, and we really need to take advantage of that. Use our fans for that extra energy boost. Everybody off the bench starting, we have to bring energy whenever our name is called.
And last thing for me, just the conversation like that within the team has been what? Like Coach said that, but what have you all been saying in that same vein?
I think a really big thing for us is just to stay together. It can be really frustrating when teams go on runs or we get a couple of blocks. And it's really, really important that we can't just kind of isolate ourselves, kind of break off plays, go one-on-one. That's not who we are as a basketball team. We play our best when we play together, we move the ball, we get everyone involved. And so we just need to keep doing that.
Thank you so much, and superb footwork as always down there. Thank you.
Rafiq,
Hey, when I spoke to you earlier today, you talked about contesting the open shooters against the Seattle Storm tonight, and obviously you didn't really do enough of that on the inside, including giving up a 4-point play. What does this tell you about what you need to work on the defensive end?
I mean, exactly that. We gotta make sure that we really push out the posts. Specifically for inside, we have to get them uncomfortable and get them off the block. Sometimes a lot of the time we go against very long athletic post players in this league, and so we've got to be able to, be physical, but at the same time different things on defense. Whether that's the contest, maybe we contest too early and then they get a ball fake and they go right back up. Whatever it is, we have to be better on timing for defense.
And what are your impressions about Zella's production coming off the bench?
I was so excited for her. She is a huge energy booster for us all season long. She's a great leader, great vocal leader, and she's always helping us out. No matter if you're in her same position or if you're a completely opposite position, she's always trying to encourage you, trying to really help you out, and she's a lot of fun to play with. And I'm just thankful that I'm on her teammate.
And with this loss, you guys are falling out of the top 8. Like, what do you need to do? What does the team need to do a little bit more going to the next game against Land Dream to avoid giving up another 105-point game?
I mean, we can't think about, that we fell out. We just got to know that we have opportunities ahead of us to be able to get back into it. We still have a chance. We still have an opportunity. We can't be down on ourselves. Oh, we lost another one. Oh, we did this. Oh, we did that. No, we gotta look at what we did wrong. How do we fix that? How do we move forward?
Thank you for your time.
thanks, Meg. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
If you're ready, we'll start with Kareem.
Hey, Shavante.
What's up, my mans? How you doing, Kareem?
Good,
You look wide
good.
awake.
I'm always up this late. Just a quickie, they get off to that hot start. Baskets are falling, creating turnovers. I'm curious, just from your perspective, how do you guys kind of stay in a good mind frame and not get down when, the onslaught comes so early? How do you kind of not let that weigh on you so immediately, like, damn, here we go again, kind of a thing?
Yeah, Kareem, that's a tough question. But I think we allowed Seattle to get comfortable, from the outside. We didn't make them feel our presence on the defensive end like they made us feel their presence on the defensive end. So when you play a team like Seattle and you let them get hot like that, it's pretty much nothing you can do. And then for the rest of the game, we're playing catch up, trying to get back in it. But they're the defending, WNBA champs, and that's why they're champs. So once you get down, it's like playing catch up, and it puts you in the hole, and it's kind of tough to, get out of that hole. But looking forward, we did do some great things from this game. We just got to move forward and keep it pushing because the game's is coming quick. So we can't get too low over this loss, but it definitely is a tough loss for us.
Just one more, I want to ask about yourself. I do believe it was a season high. What was working so well for yourself tonight?
Oh, I mean, I guess I was just playing, not thinking as much, just playing within the flow of the game. I let the game come to myself. My teammates did a great job of, finding me, when I was hot. So I think for me, just continuously staying ready. I work on my game every day. So when opportunities like this present itself, I can always make sure I'm ready.
That's perfect. I appreciate you.
See you back when we get back, Kareem.
Yeah, most definitely.
Jen,
Hey, Shavante, congrats on your big game, even though it wasn't.
Thank you. Yeah. Doesn't really mean nothing when we take an L, right?
I'm still gonna have to ask you about it anyway. I remember talking to you earlier in the season, and you were saying how you've really improved your 3-point shot, even though to that point in the season it hadn't been falling. And just curious, does it feel good tonight to see yourself? You hit 4 of them. How does that feel, knowing that you were kind of struggling earlier in the season?
Yeah, I was struggling. I think for me, I guess today I just was like, I don't care, just play. I work on my game every single day. I'm in the gym every day working on my 3-pointer. So it did become a little frustrating early on in the season when they wasn't falling. But I stayed with it. I didn't hang my head too low because I know I put in the work after, practice, just staying in the gym, getting shots up. So for me, it was good to see it going in today, finally, right?
And no time like the present, right? In the middle of a play.
That's all that matters.
And did you're talking about putting in the work. Did you do anything special or novel, or just plain old getting shots up and waiting for the day that they started to fall?
Honestly, just getting shots up, doing what I got to do, whether it's threes, mid-range, free throws, touches around the rim. I just stay in the gym consistently and, work on my game. You never know when your number is going to be called, but when it's called, you need to be prepared and be ready. And, for me, been in this league for a long time, so you just got to step into play, and I did that today.
Sounds good. Safe travels back tomorrow.
Thanks, man. See y'all when we get back.
Yeah.
Christy.
Hey, Shavante, how are you?
Christy, how you doing, girl?
Good. I have my bonnet on, or else I would turn the video on. Anyway, a little bit. With the way the game went, I know that you played well, and I know you said that there are no moral victories, is what Coach Tebow said. But what do you do from this moment? How do you respond and rebound and get right back on track to play Atlanta in the next game?
I think for us, one thing we should take from this game and can take from this game, is how well Seattle played, right? They lost a couple games that they knew they should have won probably, but they made a statement this game. Like, we lost a couple, but we're going to make a statement this game, and that's what they did. So for us, I think the one thing we definitely can take from this, we done lost, we'll win 1, lose 2, 3. But I think from this game, we definitely can take what we need to put our foot on the gas right now, losing tough games that we've lost. We just got to be prepared and, be ready for our opportunity on Friday. We got another great team coming in, regardless of their record, another great team that's coming into DC to play against us. But it got to be a statement game for us. We got to go in there well prepared, disciplined at the things we could be good at and the things we've been doing good at. And we just got to keep it going for Friday.
And what do you think the most specific thing that you all have been doing well will be the thing that'll get you over the edge on Friday?
I think for us, our defense has been pretty steady for us all season. So I think if we could control, especially Atlanta with the guards that they have with Courtney Williams, Odyssey and Tiffany Hayes, who's back, it puts a lot of pressure on us defensively. But I think, we guarded some of the best teams in the league this year, and, why not do it again against Atlanta? So for us, I think we can hang our heads very high on the defensive end because that's things we can control. So for me, and I think for us personally, that's something that you'll see is our defensive intensity.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Last question to Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. How you doing?
All right, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. Although this isn't what you expected your season high to be in what was literally one of the worst losses this season, at the very least you got involved offensively. Like, how do you plan to bring that production against Atlanta Dream?
I mean, I think for us, Atlanta is a physical team, so it's ways that on the offensive end we can execute. Just because Atlanta is a great aggressive team, I honestly just think we just have to come in this game on Friday with the mindset that we can't take another loss. Whatever we got to do to get a win, that's what we have to do, honestly. So, yeah, for me, I think offensively or defensively, we just got to come in there with a mindset that we're going to own that game and play like we're going to own the game.
as long as you've been playing the WNBA, you always in these situations where you have a chance to make the playoffs and it's within reach. Like, what do you always do to make sure that you're helping your teams like maintain that playoff mentality?
I think for me, it's just continue to lead by example. You have a lot of people that do a lot of talking of how things should be done or how things could be done. But I think if you go out there and lead by example, your teammates follow you. And I think for me, a lot of our teammates, we have a lot of leaders on this team that people look up to and follow. And like you said, been in this league for a minute. I know how important it is to get into the playoffs because anything can happen once you get in there. But honestly, right now, we ain't even thinking about the playoffs. We actually need wins to even consider even getting in the playoffs, honestly.
Appreciate your insight and good luck.
Thank you.
That's it, Z. Thank you.
See y'all later.
See you.